Hi everyone, welcome back to JPWHUTV. My name is John, your host as always, and I hope you're all doing well as I always do. This is the preview of Sheffield United versus West Ham United at Bramall Lane on Friday night in the Premier League at 8 o'clock. I will be doing a live watch along with, hopefully on YouTube, because my copyright restriction should be lifted as of tomorrow. So guys, it'd be great to see you along for the ride. As always, let's do a shout out to the channel sponsor 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website, where you can purchase retro kits from the 60s all the way through to the early 2000s, including the 1976 home shirt that inspired this season's home kit, the 1980 FA Cup final Trevor Brooking shirt that inspired this season's away kit. There's also Admiral and West Ham colour inspired Umbro t-shirts, sweatshirts, polo shirts, jackets and jumpers. Loads of really cool things in there. Of course, obviously, there's also the Paolo Di Canio 2000 kit is in there as well. The Boys of 86. Loads of 60s gear, 60s, 70s gear in there as well, so go check those out. Any purchases made through the link in the description below, the commission that the channel would normally get will be going directly to Isla's Fight. So thank you very much for any purchases that you may be making. You'll be sending money on to a very, very worthwhile charity. Sheffield United are 8th in the table with 29 points from 21 games in the Premier League. Very, very good start for them to the start of the season. Since they came back up from the Championship, they've taken 7 points from their last 5 games, so they are on a very, very good run. Okay, they've had a couple of losses in there, of course, but not a bad, as I say, the very, very healthy start. And to be honest with this sort of start, I thought that Aston Villa would make. I was really thinking Villa would actually crack straight on, but they've not really done that. Top goal scorers for Sheffield United, and bear with me guys, there's quite a lot. Obviously with the goals that they've scored. Liz Mousset, I think you pronounce it, has 5 goals and 3 assists. John Fleck has 4 goals and 1 assist. John Lundstrom has 3 goals and 2 assists. Very impressed with that midfielder. George Baldock has 2 goals and 3 assists, and Oliver McBurney has 3 goals. Last game that Sheffield United played was in the FA Cup, where they beat AFC Clyde 2-1, and it certainly looked like AFC Clyde gave them quite a good run, and it was a little bit disappointed that they went out. Clyde went out because they were the last non-league side left in the FA Cup. A bit of a shame, but that's the way the cup goes. Now, obviously, guys will remember that we drew them 1-1 in the game week 10. When we played them at home at the London Stadium. Great goal by Snodgrass before half time. Lundstrom, as I mentioned earlier, I really, really like, and he really impresses me whenever I see highlights of Sheffield United, and he's having a great season so far. He's even one of the players that I'm earmarked that we should be looking out for in my January transfer window wish list that I did as 12 days of a West Ham Christmas. If you haven't already gone and checked that out, guys, then by all means click up the card that's up here. Or is it going to be here? It's been a little while since I've done that, so either way, wherever it is, it's going to be here, isn't it? Yeah, it's going to be here. It's nice to see that Sheffield United play with some guile and some determination to stay in the Premier League, and it should be that way for all of us, including West Ham. We should really be playing in that sort of way, and it is very, very refreshing to see that Chris Wilder has got them playing on that level and playing together as a team. Very, very impressed with them. I am super impressed by them. Sheffield United play Millwall in the FA Cup at 4th round from the draw. Sheffield United away, I should say, at the New Den, from the draw that was taken on Tuesday night. And I'll come to our draw in a minute as well. PremierInjuries.com have shown the only long-term injury, or any injury for that matter, on their website is, as it stands at the moment, is Michael Ferrips. He's had a long-standing head injury, and there's no estimated return when he's going to come back yet. But Simon Moore seems to be well on the way for his looks like a hip or pelvic injury. It looks like he could be in contention for this game, but is more than likely going to have a late fitness test. I can see both sides playing the pressing game, especially with how David Moyes likes to press. And it'd be refreshing to see both sides do that, if I'm completely honest with you. This should be an interesting game once again, but it should be for more interesting reasons and better reasons than it was last time. Now, 61% of you guys that are viewing these videos are still not subscribed over the last 4 weeks. So if you are a returning viewer, which given the fact that this channel has had 9,800 views, the videos have had 9,800 views over the last 4 weeks, I'm guessing quite a lot of you are returning viewers. And this is basically between 3,500 to 4,000 people. So guys, if you are in that amount, then by all means please click the subscribe button and you will triple the channel's audience, level of audience. You absolutely will. And you know, there'd be the more subscribers this channel gets, this would be, and obviously of course the more likes that go down to all the videos as well will help expand the audience even further. So guys, please do hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell if you are a returning subscriber. And of course, if you do like if you are a returning subscriber, you must love what I'm doing. So go on, by all means, and go ahead and smash that button. Now, turning to West Ham, we drew Super Slavs West Brom in the FA Cup 4th round at home. So I'm really looking forward to this. It's going to be very, very interesting because we're going to have 2 managers that are going to want to do that basically to David Sullivan. So it's going to be interesting to see that game when that's confirmed. It's going to be the last week of the January month. So the last weekend, I should say, of the January month. So that'll be interesting to see how that comes about. And talking of doing that, Stuart Pearce has been blocked by David Sullivan to return back to David Moyes' backroom staff. It's a real shame that Pearcey has been criticised in this way. It's not publicly, but David Sullivan is more than happy to criticise former players. We know what he was talking about, how he said about Jose Font, Snodgrass, to say the least. How they threw Bilic under the bus. How they threw Pellegrini under the bus. They're starting to piss about with Moyes already by not letting him come in. So it's quite obvious, and we've known it for years, guys. I've said it before that David Sullivan is an absolute bloody hypocrite, and he's a coward. Because he's not a true West Ham supporter, because true West Ham supporters can dish it and we can take it. It's as simple as that. So that puts that to bed. But at the same point, it's quite interesting to read that Joey Cole has held talks with David Moyes about coming into the backroom staff. I really hope this happens, because it would be great to have that player back at the club doing his coaching badges while being an assistant manager, manager's assistant, I should say, or assistant coach, which way you want to look at it. Talking of coming back, it looks like Darren Randolph is set to be announced today as the number 2 goalie to play second fiddle to Fabianski. It's a strange but an understandable appointment, if I'm completely honest with you. He's kept 19 clean sheets in the Championship with Borough this year, even though they're struggling with relegation. I was very fond of Darren Randolph when we had him previously, when him and Adrian were jumping around goals every other week. But I'm very fond of the bloke, but I don't see what David Martin has done to have him basically kicked to the curb, as it were. But there's rumours coming out that he's going to be released at the end of the season, so I can understand Darren Randolph coming back. They are the same age. Yes, Darren Randolph's got more experience in the Premier League, of course, and just in general than David Martin, so I can understand that. But it's a strange. It's like for like, but it's a welcome one. So welcome back, Darren. Or the Dazzer, I'm sure people will refer to him again as. Our last Premier League game, of course, we beat Bournemouth 4-0 on New Year's Day. A very underperforming Bournemouth. You know, if we had beaten the Bournemouth that normally gives us trouble 4-0, I'd be a lot more excited about it. But I'm more excited about the FA Cup game with West Brom than I am for our Premier League fixtures at the moment, because anything can happen, and quite rightly so. But yeah, you know, I was very impressed with when we played Gillingham in the FA Cup on Sunday night. Very impressed with them. And thank you to the guys that told me I mispronounced it. It's actually the Gills, and I said it in the live stream that I did with AJ on Facebook and Periscope. Now, as I said earlier, that my copyright ban should be lifted by tomorrow night, and as a result, I'll be doing a live watch along with on Friday at 8 o'clock, or 5 to 8. The usual sort of stuff, talking about the team sheet, and then I'll talk with you along the game as it happens. Make sure I turn the volume all the way down this time. I learnt that mistake. But the only downside of the game against the Gills, as well as they played, the only downside out of that, apart from the fact obviously of Zabaletta's first goal before he retires with us, was superb, and another goal. There I said superb again, and a very, very well taken goal, but slightly fortunate at the same point from Pablo Fornals as well. So very happy with that. But just before half time, we lost Ryan Fredericks to a hamstring injury, and it looks like he's going to be out to be about 4 to 7 weeks. According to X, which I will believe over the West Ham website, saying he's back in February. Well, when is it? The 1st or the 29th? As it's a leap year in this year, so February. So we'll see what happens from that. It was quite easy to see that Moyes gave him a grilling at half time, which is why we went out all guns blazing as well. So I'm hoping he does the same thing just before this game. No real other injury news from what I'm understanding, according to PremierInjuries.com. Apart from the fact that Creswell's still carrying a bit of a knock, and Noble's also had a foot injury from the cup game. But obviously Creswell's is no longer suspended for the Sheffield United game as well, so that's good news. And I'm guessing, as they're both 75%, I'm guessing there's a very, very good chance they're going to be in the squad or the starting 11 on Friday night. Antonio seems to be 50-50 for return at the moment, and surprise, surprise, no update news on Wilshere and Yarmolenko as yet, from what I can see. So as always, guys, let's round off this video by talking about the starting 11. So I'm going to go with Fabianski in goal as always, Balbuena, Diop and Ogbonna making up the back three, with Zabaleta and Creswell as the wing backs or the wing forwards, whichever way you want to look at it. Rice and Noble in the midfield, with Fornals and Anderson making up the attacking midfield, with Allaire up front. And I honestly think that's just the same formation that Moyes is going to go for, because it's pretty much the same formation, except Creswell coming in for Masuaku than it was, and obviously Zabaleta coming in for Fredericks, that it was for the FA Cup game. So I can't really see that much different. I mean, obviously, Noble was out as well, but Lanzini in, but Lanzini was poor. So yeah, I reckon he'll do those three changes. But yeah, we'll see, guys, won't we? So thank you very much for your time, guys. If you're new round here, welcome. It's great to see you. And if you are new round here and you're liking what I'm doing, and as I said earlier, even if you are a returning viewer and you like what I'm doing, please by all means hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you get to know when new content is going up. The JPWHUTV club shop, merchandise shop, I should say. I don't know why I keep saying club shop. JPWHUTV isn't a club. From today until I think it's the 20th, I think it was, or anyway, for at least a week, the club has got the shop, I should say, saying club, the shop has a 20% off. So if you like some of the gear, by all means have a look in the link in the description below there, and you're basically not paying VAT in essence, so with that 20% deduction. So guys, if you want to buy any more gear, then by all means please do so. Also, if you like the video and you feel I deserve it, then by all means please click the like button. The more likes this video gets, the more exposure this gets on YouTube. So if you do like it, then by all means please do so. If you don't like the video, then that's fine. I'm happy with that. Click the dislike button and tell me in the comments why you don't like the video as well. I'm happy to try and improve it for you as well. There is a new video coming up as well later today, where I will be talking about the 10-point plan for the two Davids put out. So go check that out when that's available. It's going to be out around about dinner time, really. Yeah, to be out around about dinner time. So put your comments down in that as well, and of course put your comments here for this game as well. Let me know your formation, your sides, and what you think the result's going to be. I'm not predicting it because I never get them right, so there's no point. And please also share this content with anybody that you feel may want to watch it. So in the meantime, guys, thank you very much for your time, and I will see you very, very soon.